Well, we will waste no time getting started here. This is the Tenacious Baseball League on Tabletop Baseball channel. Here on YouTube, I am your host, Tenacious Earl, and we will get right into this game. Today we have a game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Diego Padres. This will be at Petco Park. And we will get right started with this. Pittsburgh is 1-0, San Diego 0-1. And for Pittsburgh, John Neese will be on the mound, while Andrew Kashner will go for the Padres. So, we need to get weather determined here for, San Diego, as we found out before, as it's been commented before. San Diego rarely has bad weather, and so it needs a 20 for a bad day. And if we do get bad day rolls, as far as weather goes, then we re-roll the D20. If it's 1 through 5, it's a rain out. So it'll be a 4, so it's going to actually be a good weather day here. Night game, which means singles will be 8 each. And for home runs, a 7 from the left side and 12 from the right. So that should encourage some hitting here. Hopefully that gets some balls flying out of here. Okay, so get started. Quick changes to my... I realized that, so I'm a little OCD at times, so... down here, as you can see, home, I changed these. I also changed the style of where the injuries are. I made it thinner. It gives me more room for another pitcher and another pinch hitter. I also redid my spaces here. I wanted to have a place where I could calculate the hold for each pitcher and catcher combo, so that way it's right in front of me each time. So actually, what I should do, so this is another thought, maybe I'll have a little space down here next to the catcher for that, because so for this one, the Neese Chris Stewart combo is going to be -5, so San Diego is going to have a tough time stealing, while Kashner and Norris combine for a +5 hold, the maximum. And so Pittsburgh could be on the base paths quite a bit here. So I'm just getting my act together here, trying to set up a couple of minor things. So Kashner will be on the mound first, as the Pirates are the away team. So we've got the blue D6s, and this, as I rolled it, you saw it rolled before, kind of a, I don't know, it's not gold, but it kind of looks like the Padres color, so Padres style of yellow. So all right, so the lineup here, Harrison will lead off. Okay, so real quick, Pittsburgh, the players that needed to be checked for rest were Andrew McCutchen. He plays, he was over 600. Francisco Cervelli, catcher. Chris Stewart gets the start at catcher because he was rolled and needed rest, and then also needing rest was David Freese. So that will bring in Jung Ho Kong. So anyway, it's going to be Harrison at second, Mercer short, Marte left, Jaso first base, McCutchen center. Joyce in for Polanco, who is injured. Gregor Polanco got injured last game. He'll be out for a bit of time. Kong at third, Stewart catching, and Neese on the mound. Get started against the righty Kashner. Josh Harrison leading up. 4-5 against a righty, and he strikes out. One away. Get all these cords tangled up here, and they don't want to stay out of the way. No. This is bothering me, so I've got to fix this. Just give me a second while I fix it. That'll work. All right, Jordy Mercer. Mercer in the first game went 2 for 4, so he had a good start to his season. Hi, Ken. How are you doing? Pittsburgh, and 6-12. Cashner is a 1 injury, so 6-12. Cashner, he immediately grabs his arm, and the 6-12 is a ground ball to first base. It's been a while since we've had an injury, so at least a couple games. So let's roll for the first base X. That will be Will Myers, and he is a 2E3, so 18 and 11 on 2E3. 18 is fine, and that will be an out. But we also have to roll for the injury now. They're going to check him out. 10, so he is going to have to come out. Wait, let's see. Cashner, I'm using the total card here. 27 starts. So so if you go with that, a 10 is a 5-game injury for pitchers, and the maximum that he can have is, well, he can be out 5, so they're going to have to go to their bullpen immediately. All right, so the Padres already behind the 8 ball here. They will, I think what they're going to do is they're going to get, well, let's see, who pitched for them last game? Let's see. Perdomo is unavailable. So I think what they're going to have to do, well, they're going to get Robbie Erlin. He's going to get an extended period to throw here, but he is going to come in. He is a spot starter / long reliever. So, and he's an injury 6, so a 6-7. We could run into more injury problems, but he's a +0. So he's a neutral hold guy, and Norris is +1. So that discourages some stealing, but they're going to go ahead. Cashner is going to be out for, he's going to miss a start, but he'll be right back after that. So Mercer out on the ground out to Myers, so 2 down. That'll be, and so Erlin is a lefty. So lefty against Starling Marte. 112, and a ground ball to first. And it's going to be a tough one. We're going to say that Erlin has to come over. So there's going to be a bit of a patchwork effort here for the Padres bullpen in this one, but no runs for the Pirates. 3 up and 3 down. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first. And where is Nice? There he is. Actually, I've been doing this. We're going to do this again. I like this. Okay. I'm going to start standing up. Okay, so Nice will, he's a lefty. So we have 2 lefties out there right now. It's going to be Upton Jr. I need to mention that only 2 positions had to be checked because it was a rest roll. One was center field, and the center fielder was John Jay, and he had to be rested. And then the third baseman was Solarte, and he had to be rested. So that brings in Adam Rosales, and then Melvin Upton Jr. Came into center, and Jabari Blash is going to play right to make things better. So, or to sort of rectify things. Upton Jr. in center, Spangenberg at second again. Myers at first, Kemp left field batting fourth, Adam Rosales third base. Is it Daniel Norris? No, it's not Daniel. What is it? Derek Norris catching. Alexei Ramirez at short. Jabari Blash in right field. And Cashner not on the mound anymore. It will be Erlin. Actually, Actually, I forgot I was going to start doing this as my... I'm going to start putting P1, P2 here, because that's what I have it listed here. Let's see, Erlin. Does he have a running rating? I assume that he will be a 10. Is there anything listed on here for a running rating? No. All right, so, whoa. And he is a number 1, so we will just flip this over. Okay, here we go. Upton. So, and John Neese is a 2, so 6'11" is going to be the problem for him. So against a lefty, Upton Jr., 5'8". Against a righty, ground ball to second base. 2E10 for Josh Harrison. 2 and a 9 and an 8. And I believe that'll be just okay. Hold on. Got so many papers to deal with. So 2 and 9. It's a G2, so that's a ground out, or ground ball, and then the 8 on the E10, he throws to first in time. Corey Spangenberg. Let's see, he was 2 for 3. His first chance, 110, draws a walk. So again, -5 here for the hold, combining the pitcher and the catcher. So, so -5. So with 1 out, -5, and then -2 for a good lead would be -7. So that'd be a 1-13 chance, and he needs a 3 roll. Let's give it a shot here. Are they gonna hold him on? Actually, they're not even gonna hold him on, so he's still gonna try to get the lead. And it's a 7, so not a good lead there. They're not holding him on, so Will Myers at the plate. And there was the 3 that he needed. 1-3, ground ball to pitcher A, and that's going to be 1-4-3 double play. And that ends the first. No score. All right. We're on the road. Ken Castro, glad to have you here to check out the game. Erlin comes back out here to face Jaso, McCutcheon, and Matt Joyce. So here we go. Jaso, not a great option here against a lefty. They started with a righty on the mound. 4-12 against a lefty, and he draws a walk. So a base runner for the Pirates. They are not going to hold Jaso on. So McCutcheon, 6'9" against a righty. That's a ballpark home run chance, and McCutcheon has enough power. The ballpark, so for a righty, it's down here. It's a 1-12 chance. It's long, and it's got a lot of length there. Is it long enough to get out of the park? And it is gone. That is a home run for McCutcheon. And just like that, 2-0. With nobody out here in the second. Jaso draws the walk, and the home run, the ballpark home run for Andrew McCutcheon. 2-0. to Matt Joyce, lefty, 6-8 against a lefty. And he strikes him out. It's 1 out. Hi, Larry Harris. Good afternoon. 5-12 against a righty. Ground ball to first base, X. I don't know if you guys see it very well. Ground ball to first base, X. And as you can see here, the pound sign means a ballpark home run chance. That's what we had just a minute ago. So ground ball to first base. This is going to be Will Myers again. He is a 2E3. And a 17 is, that's going to be no doubt that he can get to it. And it's an 11 on the E3, and he is able to make the play. So it brings up Chris Stewart, catcher, with 2 outs. First action at the plate of the year. 1-3, and he hits a foul out to his counterpart, Derek Norris, and that'll end the top of the second. But 2 runs for the Pirates on a McCutchen blast. And we'll go to the Padres half of the second. Hi, Randall. Yeah, we've got some rain here today. It's well, I don't know if it's actually, it started spitting outside when I was at a soccer game for my son. It was really cold. They said the wind chill was 59, or it feels like 59. It felt more like 39 to me. So Matt Kemp against Nice, starting off the bottom of the second here. 5-5 against a righty, and that's a ground ball towards Kong, and Kong throws to first for the out. Adam Rosales, 3-9, and he strokes one into the gap, and that's going to be a double, corralled by McCutchen. But the Padres are looking to respond here. Brings up Derek Norris, catcher. Let's see, what did he do last game? Norris, he was 0 for 3. He did walk and score a run, but with 1 out, 6-8 against a righty. Ground ball to shortstop. It won't advance the runner. Mercer throws to first, and that's the second out. And Alexei Ramirez. The Padres could use a single here. 3-9 again. 3-9 has a ground ball right back to Nice. He jogs it towards the bag and throws over in time for the out. And Nice works around that 1-out double. No runs on a hit and 1 stranded. Going to go to the top of the third now. 2-0 Pirates. Erlin back out. They'll give him at least another inning here. This is Nice batting from the left side, 2-6, and he strikes out. You like the score sheet? I'm glad you do. I'm willing to give anybody a chance to try it if they want. I've really tried to hone it in here. So Josh Harrison, 2-6, and a single for Harrison. He is 1 for 2 now. And so it's a +1 hold factor for the pitcher and catcher. Harrison, let's see, with 1 out, yeah, he's going to try to steal here. He's going to try to get a good lead. And an 8 means no. So still +1 and -4 is -3. So that makes it 1 to 9 chance. Well, what he's going to do is they're going to try the hit and run. They're going to start the runner here. They're holding him on, so he's an A hit and run guy. A6. Oh no, it's 5-6. Because it's a 5. We look at the pitcher's card. 5-6. Ground ball to third base, B. So it means that Rosales gets the lead runner at second base, throwing to Spangenberg, but Spangenberg cannot turn it in time, and so that brings Mercer to first with 2 outs. Mercer, not much of a stolen base threat. They're not going to hold him on, and they are not going to take the bat out of Marte's hand. And a 19 on the D20 if you care to see. 4-8 against a righty. And this is trouble. 4-8. 1-17 would be a home run. It is long, and it is gone. Starling Marte with the 2-out, 2-run home run, and it's 4-0. Looked like Erlin was going to pitch through the third here without an issue, but not being able to turn 2 on that play, big deal. 2 more runs across, 4-0. John Jaso, 2-11, ground ball back to Erlin, and Erlin, disgusted with himself that he left a pitch over the middle, throws it to first, and 2 more for the Pirates as we go to the bottom of the third. And this early, I think they are going to stick with Erlin. They're going to let him hit. As they're a little concerned about going through their hitters here. Jabari Black and pitchers. 5-8 against a righty. Ground ball to second base. That is Harrison, 2E10, 2-4. He does get to it, and then a 13 on an E10, and he makes the play. Might have reconsidered having a pinch hitter here if Blash had gotten on base, but because he hasn't, we're going to let Erlin hit. 5-10, he is batting from the right side. 5-10, draws a walk, uncharacteristic walk. I'm going to we'll just leave it at this. So, that brings up Melvin Upton Jr. And a 1-6, and he strikes out. That's 2 outs for Nice here, and the first strikeout for him. That brings up Spangenberg. 2-6. 2-6, that's a ground ball to short, and he'll take it 6-4 to the bag. First, fielder's choice. No runs for the Padres, 4-0. Sure, Randall. Just, I'm not sure if you have my email. What I could do is I could also message you it on a variety of the social media outlets. So, top of the fourth, Erlin will continue to pitch here. McCutchen homered, and here's first at bat, 4-11 against a righty. Another ballpark home run chance. This may be it for Erlin. So righty again, 1-12, and it's a 14. So that will be a fly out to left and a long out for McCutchen. 1 down. Matthew Joyce, 0 for 1. 2-10. Fly ball to right field. Play is made by Blash. 2 down. Joyce. Let's see. So Josh Bell was brought up because of Polanco's injury. He was activated. Kind of a utility guy, and Joyce is getting the start in right as sort of their fourth outfielder. Sean Rodriguez could also be available out there, but they decided to go with Joyce. He is 0 for 2. Kong at third, giving the Freeze the day off. 6-6. 6-7 would have been bad for Erlin, but 6-6 against a righty. Ground ball to short, and a 1-2-3 inning for Erlin. Still 4-0. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Randall, I'll tell you what, and Ken, looks like it's you two guys right now. It's just a great day for sitting in here and playing some Stratomatic, because the weather outside's not so good, and I could put on. There'll be some baseball in about 45 minutes. I think the Twins are playing I can't remember who they're up against. But, you know, and maybe I will. I haven't watched a good baseball game in a while. So, about a week maybe. So, Will Myers against Nice, bottom of the fourth. 2-6. And a single. Leadoff single for Myers. He's now 1 for 2. So that -5 hold factor makes it so he would be a 1-12 stealing. They're going to have to hold Myers. What they're going to do is they're going to let Kemp go ahead and swing away here rather than try small balling it. 2-3. Ballpark single. Kind of unfortunate. That 2 column is good. But a 2-3. So it's a 1-8 ballpark single. And it's an 8. So that is a single. And first and second, nobody out. That'll bring up Adam Rosales. Padres with a little bit of action going here now. They are holding Myers on at second, by the way. 6-4. We'll set that down. 6-4 against a righty. Ground ball to short. And so Rosales, being a right-hander, that means the second baseman's holding, not short. So still, Rosales, shortstop, X chance, 3E10 for Jordy Mercer. 3-11. It's a G2. 2. So 9 and 2 is 11. Shortstop, E10 and an 11. So I believe that is the fielder's choice. Yeah, that's let's see, first and second, force. The infield was not in. So that'll be 6-4. Myers advances to third on the play. Fielder's choice. And so, one away. Derek Norris. They need something from him here to try and get this game back in control. And a 4-6 against a righty. And that's a walk to load the bases. So Nice running into a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That brings up Alexei Ramirez. They're going to play the infield back. They will try to turn 2 and get out of this inning. 1-6. Fly ball to left field. Myers at third, so that will be a fly ball out. And then it's just a matter of, they're going to let Myers score. They're not going to try throwing him out. That's going to allow Rosales to stay at second, and it's not gonna. So it's gonna be a sacrifice 7, and that will keep any runners from advancing. It's gonna bring up Blash with 2 outs, first and second. 1-7, ground ball to first base. Play made as Jaso throws underhanded to Nice, who covers. The Padres do pick up a run, but leave 2 on base. 2 hits in the half inning. And we will go to the 5th, 4-1, Pirates on top. Tribe. I have to finish a game I started last night. Status Pro. Detroit over Yankees 12-2. Hey, Tribe fan. So, top of the 5th, 4-1. Erlin pitched a pretty good 4th, and this will be his last inning because he is going to be, his position will be up to start bottom of the 5th, so he knows this is it for him. Chris Stewart will lead off. 2-9, ground ball to second base. Spangenberg throws to Myers for the out. So just to recap, Erlin is pitching here because Andrew Kashner picked up an injury in the first inning, and so we had to go to a long reliever. So Nice, he will hit for himself here. 5-8. He's batting from the left side. 5-8. Fly ball to left for the second out. And Josh Harrison, 2-3, ground ball to first. And so 1-2-3, Erlin settles down after giving up 4 in between the second and the third innings, and 4-1 Pirates. But Erlin has held his own here. 2 home runs have done him in. So just trying to. All right, so against the lefty, they have a lot of left-handed bats on their bench. They're going to go with Brett Wallace. And this is in the bottom of the 5th. Erlin walked in his chance to hit, so and let me make sure everything's in view here. There we go. Almost. All right. Wait, Brett Wallace. Actually, I need to put Nice's card down here. There we go. So, pinch hitter against Nice, Brett Wallace. 1-4. And that's a fly ball to center. For the first out as McCutcheon makes the grab. And let's see, we may decide to double switch here just to Melvin Upton Jr. Depends on, whoa, it's 2-7 and a walk. With 1 out, and it's -5. They're still going to try to get a lead here. They're having to hold Upton on. A 9 means he cannot get a good lead. And Spangenberg, a B hit and run guy. They're going to try hitting and running with 1 out. They're going to get Upton started. So he turns into an A hit and run guy. And an A11. So you add the 2 there, A11. And you go to the hit and run chart because it's a 2, a 1, 2, or 3. A11, ground ball to first base. It's productive out. Only play is to get Spangenberg at first. And so that's 2 down. Will Myers. With Upton at second, if Myers could get a hold of one, that would make it a 4-3 game. 6-7, and so Nice is a 2, so he needed a 6. A 6-11 is a problem roll as far as injury goes. 16 on the D20, so no wild pitches or such. 6-7 against a righty, and this is going to be good for the Padres here. 6-7, 1-9 triple. And that is a triple for Myers, and he is a 15 runner, so that is a 3-bagger. And the run comes home. Upton Jr. comes in from second easily, and it's now 4-2. And Nice is a 5th inning weakness guy, so this is going to be pretty much it here. He's got to be trying to get Kemp out. And are they going to go to their bullpen already? They will let him finish off with Kemp here, see if he can do that. So 2 down, runner at third. And again, they're not going to hold Myers on. Of course, that would be a 1-4 chance at a stolen base at home. I'm not going to try it here. Let's see what happens with Kemp. 1-6, D20 is a 5. 1-6, 1-12 single would score. And that would also turn Nice to tired. 1-12, it is a 15. That is a line out to Harrison. And Nice escapes with no further damage. So they do get a run. It's 4-2. And I think at this point they're going to go to their bullpen, but they're not going to bring in a long reliever necessarily. Since they finished so far down the lineup, let's take a look at what they've got available here today. So Quackenbush, he pitched. Perdomo pitched. So those 2 guys are pretty much they'll bring in Carlos Villanueva. Villanueva, where is my sheet here? Another 1 injury guy. So Carlos Villanueva, he will bat in the 9 hole. And what that means is that he does have a 2-inning rating. So if he can make quick work of, and if his team makes quick work, then he'll pitch another inning. If not, he will come out and they'll have a pinch hitter. But we're going to go to the top of the 6th. And Jordy Mercer will lead off here. 4-2, Pirates on top for now. Villanueva against Mercer. 6-8 against a righty. Ground ball to third base. And Rosales throws over to first. 1 out. Starling Marte. Already with a home run, 3-7. And a ground ball to Spangenberg. For the 2nd out, John Jaso. 6-7 against a lefty, and that's going to be... This would not be a triple, it'll be a double. Actually, it'll be a double regardless. We're going to call it a double. We'll say unless Jaso did have 3 triples. You know what? We're going to call it a triple. I think that I'm not going to necessarily go by speed. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by whether or not the guy is carded with a triple. And since he had 3, we're going to say he can get a triple with 2 outs. So that brings up McCutchen. 1-6. And he strikes out, and that will end the inning. Boy, a big strikeout there for Villanueva with a run 90 feet from home. And so, let's see, I need to put Erlin over here on that. So, bottom of the 6th, and the trying to decide whether the Pirates are going to go to their bullpen yet or not. I think they will give Nice one more chance. He gave up a hit and a walk in the 5th, so he isn't tired yet, but they'll give him a chance to possibly pitch the 6th, and prefer not to take a pitcher out until it's time to pinch hit for him or something like that. That's my personal preference. So let's stick with that. Adam Rosales against Nice, 5-7 against a righty, and that's going to be a hit. 5 is a single. So it brings up Derek Norris. (5-4) against a righty. Fly ball to center field. That's going to be McCutchen. 3-3. 3-6. That's not the cleanest of outs, but it's probably going to be. Oh no, it's a single. 3-6 is a single with 2 base advance. And then 13 on an E3. It's not an error. But that's going to be it for Nice. We probably should have thought about taking him out there, but now they will. So they've got Ramirez, Blash, and then the pitcher's spot. Let me refresh my memory as to who pitched for Pittsburgh last game. Watson, Hughes, and Scahill. They will turn to A.J. Schugel. So injury for him. Where did paper go? It's right here. Pittsburgh. He's a 1. And so he's a -2 hold with a -1. So -3. Pittsburgh seems to be a pretty good team at holding runners. And so Schugel, they're going to have him hit the 9 hole, and they will just pinch hit for him if it comes to that. So Derek Norris, he is on first. Rosales on third with 1 out. Or with nobody out. And against a righty. 5-7. Oh boy. And that is going to be a hit off Schugel. Probably a single. And yes, it is, but that's 2 stars. So it's going to move first to third. And Rosales will come home 4-3. Pirates still on top. Got Ramirez with an RBI single. And they are going to hold. They're going to have to hold Ramirez on. So with nobody out, Brings up Jabari Blash. 0 for 2. They're going to play the infield in here. 1-7. Oh, boy. And the infield in. And that is a base hit on the ground ball to shortstop A with a plus. With the infield in, that is a single, 2 stars. And it is now 4-4 with nobody out. Schugel gives up 2 runs as he's coming in the game to try and put out the fire. And so now the Padres will go and pinch hit with first and third. And here in the 6th, they will bring in Alexi Amarista to hit. Padres are flicking the ball around the infield here and just through the holes. So Amarista, 4-4 now. First and third. They're again playing. At this point, they're going to play the infield back. And they will concede the go-ahead run and try to get 2 outs. They just need outs here. 3-3. Ground ball to first base C. That is not going to get the job done as far as getting 2 outs. It will score the run. It will be a 3-1. An RBI for Amarista. And moving up to second is Blash with 1 out now. Runner at second, 1 out. Melvin Upton Jr. 5-4. 5-4 game. Padres in the lead. And then a 5-8 on the roll against a righty. Strikes him out. 2 down. And Corey Spangenberg, if he can find a single here that has 2 stars, it'll score Blash from second. And we got to re-roll this. It's a 5-5 against a lefty. And he pops out to Harrison. And the Padres have turned it around here on the Pirates. They get 3 in the 6th. After the Pirates leave Jaso at third base. And so what they are going to do now. So they pinch hit for Villanueva. So they're going to go to the top of the 7th. What they're going to do is they're going to use Brad Hand. Hand is a 0 injury guy, so he will not get hurt. But another guy that cannot hold runners on. Oh, wait. I messed up here. So Amarista is going to he's going to play second base, and Hand second here. I just do this a little different. I'm going to put P4 here because that is Brad Hand is pitcher 4. He's going to be pitching there, and he's going to be in Spangenberg's spot. So Spangenberg is no longer there, and Amarista is a 2 or a 3 E8 at second base. So a better fielder there now that they have the lead. So there's Brad Hand. See if the Padres bullpen can pulled the Pirates. So here is top of the 7th, Matt Joyce against Brad Hand, the lefty. 4-2 against the lefty. Fly ball to right field. And that is 1 out. Jung Ho Gong. 3-7. And a 1 out walk. Brings up Chris Stewart. 2-9. Ground ball to second base. 4-3. It's going to move the runner up to second. Right, so 2-9 is a second base C, so that means the runner advances. 2 outs. They will pinch hit for Schugel. So with a lefty, they will go with Sean Rodriguez here. So runner at second, tying run at second, 2 outs, Sean Rodriguez against Hand. 2-8. And runner in scoring position, 2 outs. That is a clutch single. That's the anti-clutch single. That is going to be a line out, or no, a pop out to shortstop, and that will end the inning. Brad Hand gets the advantage of the old horseshoe, the Omega. And so that retires the side. And so no runs here in the top of the 7th for the Pirates. Still 5-4. Pods on top. Okay. So we have a pitching change for the Pirates. And he is going to hit there. And let's see, the Pirates. They're going to go with Archimedes Caminero. Caminero. Two injury guy. He's a +1. And Stewart is -1. So a 0 for hold. Okay. All right, so it's going to be Myers, Kemp, Rosales. Myers 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. So he will lead off here against the righty Caminero. 3-10, and that's a fly ball to right field. And with that is where is it? Matt Joyce. 1 down, Matt Kemp. 6-8 against a righty. Strikes him out. 2 down. Adam Rosales. Hi, Al. Just now seeing you there. Sorry I didn't respond sooner. 4-4. Ground ball to third base. That will be Kong. He is a 4E34. 4-17. I think he'll get that play done there. That's fine. And then third base, an 8 on an E34. No error. And Kong makes the play. 1-2-3 for Caminero. We're going to go to the top of the 8th. The Padres clinging to a 5-4 lead. Brad Hand will be back out for his second inning of work, trying to bridge the gap over to Fernando Rodney. So, Josh Harrison will lead off. 6-7, 1-9 single against a righty. And that is a 9, so a single to lead off here for Josh Harrison. Hand is a second inning weakness guy, so that's 1 towards him. Jordy Mercer. Let's see, Josh Harrison, steal. Let's see, what do we got here? We've got +5. They're going to try to get a lead. But a 10 means no good lead there. But so they're having to hold him on. Mercer, so they're going to hit and run here with Mercer. That turns him into an A hit and run. But a 6-10, a 1 on the D20, so there you go. There is a potential wild pitch. Hands a 1-18, and a wild pitch moves Harrison up to second. Runner in scoring position to tie it. Nobody out. So they're going to switch up now, and they're going to try so they're going to play with the corners in. They're going to expect him to bunt at this point. So it's going to be a C to sacrifice. And an 8. And a C8. And that's a good sacrifice. Bunt laid down by Mercer. And the only play is for Ramirez to throw over to first for the out. And so the tying run 90 feet away, and Starling Marte, the Padres, they are going to go to the bench. They're going to bring in Brandon Moorer to try and pitch out of this jam. Matchup against Marte. So, pitching change real quick here. Let me see. Moorer is 0. All right. So, getting tense here. And he will also hit in the spot that Spangenberg vacated in the double switch. Well, it's not really a double switch, just where they moved pitcher spot to. So Starling Marte against Brandon Moorer. Runner at third, that is Harrison, 1 away. 5-4 against a righty. Ground ball to third base. They were playing, what were they? I should have said infield. In probably. Eighth inning, 1-run lead, infield in for sure. And so let's see what happens here. Well, it's a 3E23. They were not holding Harrison on at third base because they're playing in. So this is still a 3E23. Let's see what happens. Oh boy, and a 3 and a 3. That is a single. That is going to be problematic. And a 10 on the E23 at third base. No error. But a single for Marte squeaks through the pulled-in infield, and the tying run comes to the plate and scores. RBI for Marte, and the inning is not over yet. Let me just clean this up a little bit. It is 5-5 with McCutchen coming to the plate. Now, a 0 hold factor means that they're going to hold Marte on, but he's going to try to get a lead here. But a 10 means he can't. Still a 1-11 chance with Jaso at the plate. They are going to swing away with Jaso. Think better of doing the hit and run here. They're going to try and, or are they? Yeah, they're going to let Jaso swing away. 5-10 against a lefty. Ballpark single. For a lefty, a ballpark single is a 1-8. And that is going to be a line out to Amarista for the second out. That brings up Andrew McCutchen. So Marte did not get a good lead. I think he's just going to try to steal here anyway. It's a 0 for Moorer, and if you combine Moorer and Norris, so then you subtract 4, means 1-11 chance. And he does steal second. So McCutchen with a single 2-star or a double would bring home that run, and they would take the lead. 2-11, and that's a ground ball back to the pitcher. And Moorer blows a save opportunity here. They do get a run to tie it. 5-5, bottom of the 8th. Infield back. Larry Harris said infield back. I'm not sure which opportunity that was about, but a little too late for that now, I guess. I don't know. It wouldn't have mattered anyway playing infield in that one situation. That was going to be a hit regardless, the way it worked out. So Caminero will stay in the game here and pitch another inning. So it's going to be Norris to lead off. Derek Norris, he is 1 for 2. And he will go up against the righty. 2-7 strikes him out. Alexei Ramirez. That was when I was deciding what to do. I just wasn't sure which decision that was about, which opportunity. Alexei Ramirez, there were a couple of different places there where I could have used infield in or not used infield in. 5-4 against a righty. Fly ball to center field. McCutchen 3-3. 3-15, he'll get to that, and then an 11 on an E3 is a good play, so that's 2 down. Jabari Blash, what does... They're going to stick with Blash here with 2 outs. 4-4 against a righty. Ground ball to third. Kong 4E34. 4-3 is going to be a single for Blash. And then a 13 on an E34. No error, but he does get a single. It's going to bring up Alexei Amarista. So Caminero with a 0 hold. He's going to try to get a lead here. He'll risk getting picked off, try to get a lead. Needs a 3. Gets a 5 instead, so that does not help. So Amarista in his second at bat. 4-6 against a lefty. 1-7 single. But that is a 15, so that'll be a line out to second. So we're going to go to the 9th. And it is almost 2 o'clock. We're going on an hour. Boy, these games just cannot... I can't get these games under an hour. That's, I mean, that's the nature of the beast. So, let's see. What are we going to do here? And this is part of the problem, is that I have to think through the changes. So they are going to go with Fernando Rodney now. They have used 6 relief pitchers. So +4 on the hold. And Rodney, he's with the Marlins. One injury guy. So, and what are we going to do here? So Rodney, so Amariste was playing second. What we're going to do is we're going to rework we're going to put P6 here now. And then in space 2C, which is right up here, we're going to put Solarte. And he's going to play second base here in the 9th inning. Or wait a second, that was the final. Oh, right, yes, so Solarte is going up here in this position. Actually, we can do it this way. I was saving that for a potential pinch hitter, and we never got there, so let me just white this out. We're going to put Solarte. He's going to play second base in the 9th. And maybe over-managing the situations here, but this is going to be an opportunity to use him. He got most of the day off. So the pitcher spot moves back to the 9 hole, and Solarte will bat behind Upton when he's up at the plate next inning. And so Rodney will pitch to Joyce. They still have Freeze on the bench. Who do they have? They have Frazier, Bell, Freeze, and Cervelli that they could all turn to here for to try and bring home a run. Matt Joyce will lead off against Fernando Rodney. 5-5 game. It is a 2-10. 1-11 would lead off with a single. And it's a 1 leadoff single for Matt Joyce. Brings up Jung Ho Kang. Joyce, not much of a stolen base threat. What are they going to do here? Nobody available to really bunt, which is what you would... they are going to ask Kong... Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to chance the double play ball for Kong to try and see if he can do something better. So here we go. Runner at first, nobody out. 4-7 against a righty. Draws a walk, so that worked out rather pleasantly for the Pirates. First and second, nobody out. Now what you can do is think about trying and that's what they're going to do here with the 8-hole Stewart. They're expecting the bunt, so it's going to be an E bunt chance and a 10. That's not going to be good. So E10, that's bad. Lead runner's thrown out by the fielder. So, and that is the catcher. So it's going to be 2-5, fielder's choice. 1 out. Stewart gets down a bad bunt. Still think the tactic is probably right, but they're going to call on Josh Bell to pinch hit here. So Josh Bell will get a chance to try and drive home the run. I know you're saying we took the bat out of Stewart's hand, and and that was probably a bad, maybe not such a great decision. But here we go. Josh Bell, 5'7". He's batting from the left side. Strikes out. 2 down. And Josh Harrison now, with 2 outs, 3-6. 3-6, and that is joy for the Pirates as they get at least a single 2-star on the 3-6. 1-3 would be a double. That's going to be a 12. But that is a single, and that's going to drive in Kong. Josh Harrison with the RBI single, and it advances Stewart to third. And it is 6-5 Pirates, and they're going to get Melanson ready to go. I looked up the way to pronounce his name since the last game. So first and third, 2 down. Rodney gives up the go-ahead run, and Jordy Mercer now. Can they get an insurance run here? And a 1 on the D20 means a potential wild pitch. And it's a 1-17 for Rodney. Wild pitch scores Stewart. He's able to sneak in under the tag. And there is your insurance run. 7-5. And they would have been out of the inning on the 2-6. So that's unfortunate. So Mercer with another run at second, 6-11. Rodney, is he a 2? No, he's a 1. That's good. A 2, 6-11 against a righty. Ground ball to short. Throws to first. That is the 3rd out. The Pirates come through big time. Josh Harrison with an RBI single, and they pick up another one on a wild pitch. A ball that gets away from Derek Norris, and Padres will be up trying to get this game back under control with Melanson here trying to close it out for the Pirates. He is 0 for injury and a 0 for hold, but with Chris Stewart will be -1. So, but the top of the order for the Padres here, so there's still a chance. Melvin Upton Jr. Is there any, or do they have any? Not really. John Jay, I wouldn't call him too much of a wild card. So Upton Jr. leading off the bottom of the 9th. 2-9. Strikes out. 1 down. Jan Hervis Solarte in action here for the first time in the game, swinging the bat. He came in to play second. And a 6-12. Luckily, Melanson has a 0 injury, so 6-12 against the lefty, strikes him out. Solarte, a switch hitter, batting from the left. Will Myers, last chance. They need 2 runs. They just need a base runner here at this point. Try to keep this game going. Will Myers, 2 away. 3-12. And that is a line out right to Harrison. ball game is over, and the Pirates pull it out in the 9th. A comeback victory for them as they take it 7-5. They get a run in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to take the game, and they'll take a 2-0 lead in the series. And they start the season off perfect against a team that they should start off perfect against. The win will go to Archimedes Caminero, the loss to Fernando Rodney, and the save for Melanson. Hi, Mike. I'm sorry you're late, bud. We just finished up here. So, the big hit, Josh Harrison, RBI single, wins it for the Pirates in the 9th. It was a fun game, exciting game, as Randall Mark says. I appreciate you guys hanging around for this. Looked as though the Padres might be able to forge a win out of this one, but instead the Pirates keep digging, and they take this game 7-5. So I'm going to sign off. I have another game to play in this game day. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that today or if I'll think about doing a Phillies game. I'm kind of getting the itch back again to get the Phillies series back up and running. And I also know my friend at RNGIDP, he's running a league too, but I know he's a Rockies fan, and the Phillies were going to play the Rockies next. So I also know that he's probably itching to see what happens with the Phillies against them. So we'll see. So the other game I have to play is Mets-Yankees, another game in that series. So that's one that draws interest, of course. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. 7-5 is your final here at Petco Park. Padres fall as the Pirates come through late in the game. Till then, Straton. This has been Earl, and keep tuned in to the Tabletop Baseball channel for all your tabletop sports.